I'm going to start off with hair, okay? I do color my hair, and I use Nice and Easy hair color. This is actually in, I think it's lightest warm brown. My hair is really, really light. My natural color is light, but I do have some gray hair. I know some younger people like to color their hair, so if you do like something that does fade a little bit as your hair grows out, this is the color. So other hair products I can't live without. Tresemme Mousse. This one is Extra Firm Control number 4, and it is a humidity resistance all day. The reason I use this one, first of all, I have very wavy hair that becomes really frizzy when it's damp out, and so therefore I use this, and it actually helps quite a bit. But I have one other absolute favorite that I absolutely can't live without. I have like recycled so many empties, and this one is almost empty, is this Redken number 7 ringlet. It's like a cream, and what you do is you can put it on wet hair, you know, squeeze it up a little bit, let it dry naturally. If I blow dry my hair, it goes poosh. I'm not very good at it, but anyway, you can also apply this and a little dot of it to hair that's already dry. So that starts the hair, okay? Those are two things that I can't live without. Number 7, Redken number 7 is actually the main thing I can't live without. I do want to make one comment. If you've noticed my nails, it's a really weird color, kind of mixed up. It's a limited edition my daughter bought me, and it's the Sally Hansen Salon Effects. I've already washed dishes and everything, and it hasn't worn off. It was pretty easy to apply after I got the first one done and I had it figured out. I think this might become one of those things I can't live without, because I actually was looking in CVS for more colors today. Cream Radiance Cleanser. It came in a purchase thing like about a week ago. I went on a Saturday before Mother's Day. Got this, started using it that night, have been using it night and morning ever since, and the lather is so, like, it's indescribably nice. You put a pea-sized amount on your finger, put it to the center of your hand, a little bit of water, rub your hands together, and you end up with like this silky stuff that just is indescribable, and it actually washes off most of my makeup. I do use makeup remover prior to using this, but if I don't, I can always skip that step because that cleanser actually takes everything off. There is the toner that also came with it. This actually feels really nice, but I'm not going to probably spend that kind of money. This you can buy a full-size tube. This is only 2.0 ounces, but it's still like really full. The bigger, I think it comes in a 4 ounce and a 6 ounce. $25, maybe 6 and 8 ounces, I doubt it, but it's $25 for a full-size tube or $35 for the largest tube. Which honestly is a lot, but when you think about how little you have to use, it's actually not bad at all. I'm not sure, I haven't priced the toner. We'll have to see about that. It does feel really good. After that, I have been using the eye cream. Probably not going to buy it again just because it's costs like $75 or some ridiculously large amount. I'll have to price it out. It does feel really good, but in the interim I did buy Elizabeth Arden eye cream. This is the full-size eye cream. This actually is really full and will last quite a long time, so I still have to review that. So it's between this being one of my favorite things and one of my steps to actually trying this. Now if you've watched my Total Effects, is it Total Effects? No, Youth Code. Sorry about that. My video. You know that I had 3 steps. This was one of them. This is the cream. And I had said when I did the review that this was one of my favorite things out of the whole set. I liked it so much that I actually bought the larger size. the cream is like really soft and nice on your skin. Very silky and not overly greasy feeling, but it leaves your skin feeling really smooth and nice. So as soon as this little jar runs out, I only have a couple applications left, I will be using the full size. This cost me $19.99. The cream just felt so good that I figured, you know what, let me go for it and see how I like that. There are more expensive creams, which I'll try over time, but you know, we'll have to see how that feels. So the other thing I use is Aveeno Positively Radiant with sunblock. There's no additional radiance to my skin when I use this, so I'm not sure about the radiance claim, but it does seem to work as far as sunblock goes because I can see it on my hands. I do put it on my face. I usually put whatever excess is on my fingers, on my hands, because you know your hands are going to show your age, ladies. So if you're young, start protecting them now. So I put it on my hands, and I notice, you know, basically that my hands are a little bit lighter than my arms are. So I guess I should start using a little more sunblock everywhere else. Now, after I put on all those creams, by the way, let me just mention one other favorite thing. And this is drugstore, CVS, not expensive, Pond's Dry Skin Cream. Everyone in my family uses this. Sometimes I just use this at night. Everyone uses this, and everyone in my family looks pretty young. This goes on nice, little bit oilier feeling than the Youth Code that I just bought. But if your skin feels really dry, this is great stuff, and I do use this periodically. Actually more than periodically, probably a couple times a week after I wash my face at night. To start with, I use this Maybelline Age Rewind. See, this is almost empty. So I did buy the replacement, and it comes with the sponge applicator, and you just sort of sponge into the corners and under your eyes and anywhere that you have any spots that are like, you know, need a little bit of coverage. Sometimes I'll dot a little bit on my chin and blend that in. And the color that I have is, let's see, Age Rewind for dark circles. I didn't put the color, but it is on this label. I know it's a fair color. Okay. I also use, when I need a little bit heavier, people with allergies and fair skin a lot of times have these dark circles. I've had them all my life. So dark circles have been like a battle for me. I use this CoverGirl stick. It's number 705 and the color is fair. My skin is not like, I'm not as pale as my daughter, but you know, I do have a little bit of color, but this stick seems to work. You have to be really judicious when you use this, because if you put it on too heavy, all these little lines end up with wrinkles that really, really show. Today I only put on powder because my husband and I were just going out and, you know, running some errands. So I didn't put a lot of color on until after I got home. So I did use Physicians Formula powder. Cannot live without this stuff. It does have a dome lid, which you use to put the powder in. It came with a brush that was not a nice brush at all, so I just tossed it after I tried to use it, and I figured, let me give it a chance, but it didn't work. Give it a little bit of a shake if the top is empty, and then you lift this lid very carefully and you end up with this powder. Okay. I do use the Bare Minerals brush that I got when I tried Bare Minerals, which sucked all the life out of my skin and dried me out like a newsprint. And you put it in the lid and you shake off all the excess. So I use it just like Bare Minerals, and actually the instructions pretty much tell you the same thing. And then I'll just lightly brush this over my face. And when I do the whole thing, I put it on my forehead through a little bit under my eyes, but not too heavy around where that under eye makeup is, because careful, powder's one of those things that settles in those lines. And then, you know, a little bit on the neck, a little bit more makeup. And I use Elizabeth Arden Flawless Finish. It only has an SPF of 8, but since I wear the other stuff and powder, I think, you know, I figure that it's probably enough SPF to protect my skin. This one is Elizabeth Arden Flawless Finish, and the color is cream, and it's number 23. And so if you look at my other videos, I do have it on in the other videos. I don't have it on today, but you'll be able to see how it looks on the skin, and it really looks nice. Most of the time I don't put powder over it. I have a Jane Eye Zing, it's called, number 10, and the color is called Mythology, and it goes with everything. I don't have any of my brushes out now, but you put it in on the brow bone, you put it in inside the interior of your eyelid, and it really, you know, helps with all the other makeup that you might use. I have another favorite, and this is Ulta eyeshadow, and it's called Luna. It's like a bluish, greenish, tealy color. I'm sure it's probably not showing up on the video well. It's nighttime now, so it's really hard for me to get the lighting right. If it was daytime, you might be able to see it. It does have a little bit of shimmer, and I use this brush to put it on. And that's what it looks like on. I guess, hopefully this is working on the swatch. Alright, so those are 2 real quick eyeshadows. And if I want more eyeshadow, I also have a Tarte palette. It came in this neat little compact that my daughter got for me. And oops, let me get the brush out of there. As you can see, I've used all the light colors already, so it's time for me to buy some light colors, although I do have the NYX Naked Color palette, and I have been using that. I do use the purple color, and it doesn't make my eyes look all red and bloodshot like a lot of like off colors do, because it's a bluish purple. And I've been using the sand colors also on the lid, and occasionally the green, but it's a really dark green. One of the things I love about the set is it came with this great makeup brush. One side, as you can see, is it's got like a tapered edge here. It's thin, but I use this for like the main, like the crease and corners. And then it had this brush also. It's like round, like a pea. And I use this for like darker colors going in the crease and on the corners. The brush is probably the best part of this set. I do keep it with it, but I use it with pretty much everything. Now after I've done my eye color, my other absolute favorite thing that I cannot live without is my L'Oreal Blush Duo, and it is Full Bloom and Myrtle. It comes in a couple different colors. I hope they're still making this. Not sure, not absolutely positive that they are. What I do is I sweep the brush across so that what I end up with is something a little bit lighter. I did put some of this on, so I'm going to probably look a little too rosy now. And I put on the apples of my cheeks and a little bit on my chin, and sometimes a little bit on my forehead. This, can't live without it. When this is gone, I will buy it again as long as it's still available. That's one thing with makeup companies that drives me crazy. You find something you love and then you can't find it again. Sorry, my cat was just meowing really loudly. After I'm done with that, of course I end up using my Elizabeth Arden pencil. Now, I really wanted a really dark blue, and this on the website looked like really dark blue, but unfortunately it is like a really dark grayish black. I was a little confused about the name because it does say, let's see, Midnight, but it was blue on the website and it's not blue. So I did put a little bit of it on. Didn't do the greatest job because I was just trying to do a quickie and basically over the basic makeup that I had on today, which was not a lot. It does have this sponge tip that you can soften the line with. I have not done that yet, but one thing I cannot live without is a really good eyeliner, and honestly the Elizabeth Arden, it glides on like butter. It's just perfect eyeliner. But if you know of a dark blue eyeliner that I should try, please post it in the comments. I will buy it and I will try it, and then I will talk about it. Another thing that I absolutely love and can't live without is my Lancome eyebrow makeup. I know there are much cheaper sets out there, but I just happened to be on this shopping spree that, last week. I had a lot of gift certificates, so, of course I did get the, sorry, cat's not happy. I did get this fabulous eyeliner pencil. It has two ends. One end it looks like this, and the other end looks like this. And basically I do have some more on my right side, but I'll put more on my left side. I'm not sure, I can't tell. I guess I did a pretty good job. But what you do is you stroke it on like this, sideways. You don't want to put the point in like this is really a powder pencil, so you have to be really careful. You just kind of stroke it on and brush, stroke, and brush. Of course, the girl at the store did a perfect job, and that's really why I bought this. This is a dark blonde color and matches my hair, and really lovely. I have heard that there are other eyebrow sets that are very good, but this one has become one of the things that I cannot live without, and one of my favorite things, which is why it's in this video. Trying to think if I left anything out, because that brings me to the last step, which is, well, actually it's not the last, lipstick's the last, the Voluminous mascara. Voluminous comes with a brush like this. It's a really nice brush. The only thing is, periodically you want to take the brush, take a tissue, and wipe everything off. And then this is really fabulous drugstore brand. It's a little bit on the expensive side. I do have some Lancome and Elizabeth Ardens to try, and I will review those. But right now, this is one of the things that I cannot live without. It's one of my favorite, absolute favorite things. Two more items. When you just want to, real quick, like this weekend, I just had a little powder, a little concealer, very little bit of eyeliner and mascara on. And then I came home and I tried, part of the Elizabeth Arden set I got. Is this Burt's Bees. Okay. Basically, it's like a really thin, a little more than like a chapstick type, but it actually puts for real color on your lips. Now I just put that over my favorite lipstick. Feels really good. Puts a lot of color on, and it basically looks like you have real lipstick on, and it keeps your lips feeling really moist. And finally, let me put on my glasses. My favorite lipstick, not sure they even make this color anymore. Max Factor Lasting Lip Color in 1920 is the color number, Iced Mocha. I have to do a little research and see if Max Factor is still making these lipsticks, and if they still make this color. This is the color that I have on. You can see what it looks like, and what the coverage is like. And it's very creamy and very comfortable on. The only lipsticks that are comparable to me to this lipstick are the Elizabeth Arden lipsticks, and I have like a drawer with like 20 lipsticks in it. Some of them probably should be tossed, and I'll have to do that, but this is one of my favorite things, and I can't live without it. So this has been fun, and I hope that, don't forget, down there in the comments, please tell me what dark blue eyeliner to buy. I want something that goes on nice and smooth. So I will buy it and try it and review it. So please do recommend something for me. And that's it. This has been my favorite things. Have a beautiful night.